This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is a special episode of the Dressage Radio Show with updates on Courtney King-Dye, who is recuperating in a Florida hospital. And I'm joined now by Lendon Gray again. Lendon, thank you so much for coming back with these updates. This is an amazing process that you've been so much a part of. And as we record this on March 24th, I believe you have some news for us.
Yes, tomorrow morning, Courtney will be flown in a air ambulance, I guess you might call it, to New Jersey. She's going to rehab at the Kessler Institute for Rehabilitation in West Orange, New Jersey. So this is a big step forward. It means that, they feel she's very stable in her general health, and now she can move forward to physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy to help bring her along. Just a little bit about it. It is one of the top rehab places in the country, and an interesting little fact about it was that they were willing to have her dogs come visit her, and even when the time comes to have a horse brought on the property for her to interact with. So that was a bonus on top of everything else.
Well, that has to be, of huge comfort to you all to know that she can have that interaction with, the things that are so dear to her too. That it must
Absolutely, yes.
Must be wonderfully therapeutic. So how is her progress now since we last spoke last week, Lendon?
Well, just a little more of what she's been doing. She is still technically in a coma. There are times that she's a little more awake. She recognizes people. When Stephen Peters came to visit, they were sort of laughing about Stephen and her husband Jason about something they'd done before, and Courtney cracked a little smile. And today she smiled at some of her visitors. Sometimes she can follow instructions to for example, move her left hand, or we're encouraging to learn to do a thumbs up, which will help in communication. She still has a trach tube, so she can't, there's no possibility of her speaking right now. She also yesterday, for the first time, was put in this sort of chair, so she was able to sit upright, and they were very pleased that she was able to do that longer than they expected. It's not like a chair that we sit at the dining room table with, but a chair with a little more support. But it meant for the first time that her upper body was upright, which of course is very good for her lungs. So there are these little bits of progress, absolutely.
And there's someone with her 24/7. I know you've been, on vigil with her most evenings, haven't you, since this happened?
Yes. I sort of take the 6 p.m. to midnight shift. Yes, we try to have someone that she knows with her all the time, so that when she is a little more awake, when she's awake and a little more aware, that there's a familiar face and a familiar voice with her. Her family is taking turns being here, and Jen Baumert and her best friend Betsy Tyler come in. There are many others that have offered, but we keep it to a minimum number of people right now.
And I understand the outpouring of support in terms of the cards and from well-wishers has adorned her hotel room.
Oh, it's unbelievable, the support. We have 2 4-inch thick loose-leaf notebooks of emails that have been sent to her email address, cards, letters. I get, personally, I get so many emails of support. It's remarkable from around the entire world. It really is. It's an amazing thing. The support, the prayers, the offers of assistance that have come in.
And I also understand that her sponsors, Succeed, have very kindly established an eBay auction where the funds will be donated to her towards her medical expenses. Do you want to speak a little bit about that?
Well, yes, they have an auction on eBay. I have to say I don't go on eBay, so I can't tell you too much about it. But they have an auction going also, and that's of various things, from lessons to books. I mean, it's sort of an eBay, all kinds of things that they're auctioning. Different people have donated. Tammy Hogue, the author and writer, has donated a painting by Patricia Powers that is they're doing an online auction on Gray Dunn Studios website. And for example, Stephen Peters is doing a clinic here in Florida in the middle of April, and he is donating one of his day fees to assist Courtney. I mean, there've been wonderful things out there, and I have to say, one of the first fundraisers that just touched my heart so were 3 young children who, right after Courtney's accident at the Palm Beach Derby, sold apples and carrots there on the showgrounds, and they had a booming business. They were so sweet. Carol Cohen hosted or headed a fundraiser here in Wellington a week or so ago. And just to be clear, she does have health insurance, but there are the things that it doesn't cover. For example, her helicopter flight originally and this plane to get her to rehab, as well as her living expenses, because she is obviously not working. So people, I'm not asking for funds in any way. We'll take care of her, but people have been really so incredibly generous. And the ideas of fundraising going forward.
Well, it certainly is a magnificent rally of support from the dressage community, Lendon. It must be, hugely heartening and supportive to you and those that are close to her, that you have the community so behind you through what has to be one of the most challenging periods of your lives.
It is, but it's been such an eye opener. It's been such a comfort to see a community just come totally together and continue to support, not just once and then they move on, but continued support it's just been amazing.
Well, it absolutely has, and this is very encouraging news for everyone out there to know that Courtney is continuing to make progress, however marginal. I guess every inch counts, doesn't it, Lendon?
Yes, we'll take any little bit of progress forward, and it comes in little bits, but it's been pretty consistent.
Well, that's wonderful news, and we wish you, of course, all the very best to everyone that's close to her, Lendon, and strength to you too as you continue to be by her side. You've been a real trooper, and I'm sure a friend that of immeasurable quality to be standing by her in this time of need. And I'm sure you personally must be encouraged by the support that you've been getting through social networking forums too.
Absolutely, and the others that are with her. It's certainly not just me. And as I say, even those that would like to, that we just keep everything to a minimum right now.
Well, that's wonderful news, and we will continue to report updates on Courtney King-Dye's progress here as she now moves to her next stage in the rehabilitation process. And I know you will be traveling north to New Jersey, so once you get settled in Lendon, maybe we can catch up with you in a few days and see how the move went and how she's responding to her new environment.
Absolutely. Happy to do it.
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Lendon. We wish you, of course, all the very best. Be safe, and thank you again for giving us these updates.
Thank you, Chris.
Well, that's it for the special update on Courtney King-Dye's progress, and we will be bringing you those as Lendon becomes available to bring us those updates, and we wish, of course, them all the very best as they move on now to this next stage in Courtney's rehabilitation. So that's it from the Dressage Radio Show today. Please go to dressageradio.com for the full episodes of the show each and every week.